Here we have a new 2026 Cadillac Lyriq. Now this Lyriq comes in the luxury trim level. This is going to be Argent Silver Metallic. And then we have the Sky Cool Gray vegan leather interior. The powertrain consists of an electric motor on the rear axle, made it to a 1-speed direct drive transmission, up to 326 miles on a full charge with this vehicle. Front end here, we do get our LED signature lights as well as our LED headlamps. And I mean, ever since the Lyriq came out, I just thought this thing has been just a beautiful specimen when it comes to just EVs in general. I think it's one of the best looking EVs on the market. And down here, these are gonna be 20-inch alloy wheels. Like the design here as well. Your charge port's behind this cover. You press that in, that'll come down. You have the more traditional charge port, so you can DC fast charge by taking that cover off. And then you can get up to 190 kilowatts DC fast charging speed. Passive keyless entry. Door panel here, memory seat functions, heated seats. Then we have the power seat controls here, 4-way lumbar support. And then we have one-touch up and down windows on all 4 doors. Power folding side mirrors. They do have blind spot monitors in them. And then we can unlock or lock the doors. Here's the handle. Power lift gate. Hit this twice, you get access to whatever is up front in the front cargo area. Electronic parking brake, lane departure, automatic brake hold. And then we can check out our layout. We can change that on the screen. I'll show you that after a while. Our headlamp controls are right there. And then we can see the trips right there. Power tilt telescoping steering wheel. But here's the driver's seat itself. And that Santorini blue is the accents right there. You can see throughout. But I want to give a huge thanks to Cadillac of Murfreesboro here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. It's kind of hard to see through this tent, but if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna see how I fit behind myself. And like I'd expect, great space back here. My dad actually has one of these, so I'm kind of used to them, but they're just great vehicles overall, I think, when you think about the practicality of them, the space, and then the beautiful looks, of course. There's a look at the front from back here. And there's the sunshade for the glass roof. Rear AC vents are here. 2 USB-C charge ports. This middle seat folds down, bottle holders there. Grab handle, you have these soft touch lights here. And then something that's pretty cool about these is if you're trying to fold this seat down for whatever reason, you can actually take the buckle and you can tuck it in here, and then that'll keep it from getting in the way while you fold or unfold the seats. But I'll show you how they fold here in a minute. Now full LED tail lights. There's a look at the back. If you're interested, there's a look underneath. But here's a look at the cargo space. You have the top tethers integrated on the back of the seats themselves. You have a 12-volt here. And if you lift this up, you have a little storage for your charger. If you want to put a tire inflator kit there, you can as well. Now to the rear passenger seat, press this in, and that's how you'll fold the seat flat. You can run longer objects through to the front. Pretty easy to pop it back into place. Your lower anchors are behind these covers. And then front passenger seat is there. Here are your controls. And then your glove compartment. Button right there, and then you have access to the owner's manuals. USB-C port right there. And then as we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay, or what would be the engine bay. And I wish I could tell you what I'm looking at, but I have no idea. Now before we hop in, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. Now I always like the Lyriq blinkers because you have them on the back here, and then as you come around the side, you can see them right there, which is pretty neat. But it also helps for like blind spots. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. You have the Super Cruise indicator and the Super Cruise sensor back there. There's the horn. Now over here to the infotainment system, we do get wireless CarPlay, Android Auto here, as well as AM, FM, XM radio. So I can go into the audio app there, you can see that. And then your vehicle status is here. You can click through these sub menus to see what's going on. Or you can use the animations here and you can see all of that. Drive modes are here as well. So Tour, Sport, Snow and Ice, and My mode. You can also toggle that one pedal drive as well. That's down there too. Now this model year, you don't have the push button start like you used to have. So here, you just, when you get in the vehicle, you close the door, hit the brake, it'll start up. And then when you open the door to get out, it'll cut off, or you can cut it off manually or leave it running for 60 minutes manually there. So when I open the door, it won't cut off like it's supposed to. Now charging settings are in here. So if you want to schedule what time to charge, do all that there. Energy transfer. And then your settings are in here. You can change your vehicle settings, which includes your teen driver, rear seat reminder, buckle to drive, and your Super Cruise lane change. And if you scroll down to your system settings, you can change your language here, and then your units of measurement right there. Ambient lighting settings are here if you want to adjust those. And then you have dual zone automatic climate control, so you can adjust all of that from the screen here, or you have switches down below. So you can just press that. Fan speed. And then you actually have a little storage compartment here, which I really like. And you can cut the whole system on or off here or on that screen. Now controls are here as well. You have electronic child safety locks. You have your power window lockouts that are electronic as well. Rear automatic braking, the park assist, the auto high beams, and then that glove box release there as well. You also have a universal home remote you can set up too. Sorry if I keep, the camera keeps falling down. And then your automatic park assist is there as well. Now camera views, you have a front camera, backup camera. You also have the interior camera here as well. And I really like this. It's just kind of nice to see, you know, you can see kids in the back, and you can also see where my my hair is falling out, my beautiful hair. That's really what it's best for. I can't really get that angle anywhere else, so. And then your curbside views and your hitch right there. Now down here, this is, if you don't want to use the touchscreen for whatever reason, you can use this knob to go through all of those settings. Then you have shortcuts for the home, nav, phone. This is a volume knob, and you can adjust that there, and then you can press it to mute. The bottle holders are here, and then you have a wireless charging pad there, a USB-C port that connects to the radio, and then a 12 volt as well. And then up here you have your hazards, OnStar, and this is the button to activate the sunshade for the glass roof. So nice opening where it's really hot like today. I don't really want that, but if it was 10 degrees cooler, this would be perfect. And there's a look at the back seat from up here. Vanity mirror. And then left side stock, you have your wipers, fluid, and your shifters over here. Hit the brake, neutral, reverse, drive, park. And then you can activate the regen braking if you want to go through those levels and you're not in one pedal mode, you can use that. Since we have Super Cruise, you can turn on the adaptive cruise there. Hold this button to go between regular and adaptive. You'll get a notification on the screen, and then you can activate hands-free driving right there. And then you have your heated steering wheel toggle there. Set your speed, adjust the gap, adjust for the forward collision alert, and adaptive cruise there. Right side, voice recognition, mute, track list, radio station presets, Bluetooth, audio sources, and you can use this when applicable to scroll through. And then if there's nothing there, I can use this to go through my radio station favorites. And then volume can be adjusted up or down here. Finally, here is the key fob with remote start. And next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Cadillac Lyriq Luxury out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Lyriq Luxury here, ever since these came out, these are some of the absolute best riding EVs ever. They're really some of the best riding cars in general, but Cadillac knocked it out of the park with the ride quality that you get on these Lyriqs. They're so comfortable, they're so smooth, and they just drive so well. It's almost a bit too floaty for me because that's how well this thing rides. It's incredible. I want to make sure we're in sport mode. I'm going to give it a quick pull getting on the interstate, but I'm not going to give it too much. It won't matter anyway. You know, with EVs, as the batteries go below that 20% range, they don't like to give you full power output. Just kind of helps the health of the battery and maximize your range as much as you can as you start to get into that red zone. But here we go. So it's quick, it's an EV, it's what you expect. Very quick. But I want to give one more huge thanks to Cadillac of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Lyriq today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But sound acoustics in here are great, and the EVs are kind of you know, they have a leg up on pretty much every other vehicle when it comes to sound acoustics, because the manufacturers that make these, because there's no engine helping drown out the noise of the outside world, you want to make sure your insulation here is as good as possible. Otherwise, people are going to complain about the sound in here. But it's very quiet and just downright impressive, I think. Ride's fantastic, road noise fantastic, wind noise barely noticeable. Now, in terms of what you get for the money here, I mean, $63,000, it's a lot of money, but you get a luxury vehicle. This isn't just a Cadillac EV. This is really in a realm of its own. When you think about the ride quality, the sound acoustics, the power you have, everything here makes sense. It's great. This isn't just, you know, oh, GM had to make an EV, so they threw one together. This is one of the best Cadillacs on the market, in my opinion, that's ever been on the market. When you consider the range, you consider the tech, the looks, the space on the inside, and then just the little things like the sound insulation in here, the overall look of the dash, everything feels like a Cadillac should feel. And that's what is helping Cadillac sell these, even in this market where people are still trying to shy away from EVs just because of the stigma. There's really no practical reason. When you think that you could find an adapter, you can charge these on Tesla's supercharging network. It's you know, they're great vehicles for the majority of Americans. You know, you can keep a hybrid, like an older one, around if you need to go on a road trip for whatever reason, but 99% of the time, you charge this at home, you do all your driving throughout the day, you plug it back up when you get home, and you just repeat. And for people like me who doesn't even use that much, I might charge every 3 or 4 days. Or I'll charge between 40 and 70% for the longevity of the battery. But it requires some sort of sacrifice than throwing in fossil fuels in a gas tank. And people have to realize that. But I mean, that shouldn't be the bar. As we evolve as a civilization, we should want vehicles like this. That, hey, if you want to start a solar farm, you could charge your car at the house. Or you could use it as a battery bank when you're going camping or whatever. That's the future. And this is one of the best ways to get in on that action. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Cadillac Lyriq Luxury.